I have yet another fall palette to share with you guys today, and this one is from Nars. It's their new Narsissist Matte Shimmer Eyeshadow Palette, and I purchased this off of the Sephora website. I believe it's Rouge right now, but I'm sure it's coming to the Nars website and to everybody fairly soon. So this is what the palette looks like. It's the same style of packaging as the palette that the Dual Intensity eyeshadows come in, which is right here, except for the Matte Shimmer palette is thicker. I'm not sure if that's because there's an eyeliner in there. Probably. I'm going to guess it's because there's an eyeliner in this Matte Shimmer palette and there isn't in the Dual Intensity palette. So there's the width. But other than that, they pretty much have the same packaging. And then inside, you do have a mirror, a good sized mirror in there. And then there are 8 eyeshadows in here, and each shade is 0.05 ounces a piece. And then you do get a eyeliner. This is the Night Series eyeliner in the shade Night Clubbing. And this product is 0.01 ounces a piece. I didn't use this eyeliner on my waterline today because I had discovered that the Nars Larger Than Life eye pencils really irritated my eyes when they were on the waterline. This one doesn't say that it's Larger Than Life pencil, but it's in that same style packaging. So it's called the Night Clubbing Night Series eyeliner. I'm going to go ahead and swatch this for you real quick. It's like a black with what appears to be some gold shimmers in it. Swatch this one and get it out of the way. Yeah, it's a really creamy formula. When I swatched this on my hand yesterday, it wiped right off, so maybe it isn't that Larger Than Life formula. So I let that eyeliner set, and let's check it out here. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this probably isn't the Larger Than Life formula. Anyway, that's the eyeliner that comes in the palette. I did do a demo with the eyeshadows in this palette, which will be towards the end of the video if you are interested in that. I used 5 of the shades out of the palette on the eye look that I have on right now, and I was really pleased with how they performed. They were pigmented, they blended really well, it was fairly easy to create, and I also think it's pretty. I did pull out my older Narsissist palette to kind of compare for you guys, and these eyeshadows here, while they're that traditional powder style formula, they don't smell like Nars eyeshadows do. And then I was talking, like the older ones, they kind of have this distinct smell if you've ever smelled the eyeshadows. These ones don't have a smell really at all. And then I was visiting with my buddy Rachel, and she had said that she doesn't use Nars eyeshadows because there's lanolin in them. And I checked the ingredients on this newer palette right here, and there isn't lanolin on the ingredients list. So I'm going to go ahead and say that the formula is different in these eyeshadows. And then the older Nars Narsissist palette, that bigger 15 palette, it was okay for me. It wasn't mind-blowing or anything like that, and I do feel like these shadows performed better than the eyeshadows in that other one. However, there are some shades that are dupable from the two, so I'm going to go ahead and hold them up next to each other so you guys can see, just in case you were interested. Maybe you have the older Narsissist palette, you can, you know, kind of judge for yourself whether or not you might like this one, but I was really happy with the way that these performed. While this is called a Matte Shimmer eyeshadow palette, I feel like there are only 2 shades that are true mattes, and that's these 2 right here. These ones all have the shimmers in it. This one's got a little bit of the bigger shimmers in it than these 2. These ones are more fine. Hopefully you guys will be able to see a little bit better in the swatches. But these 2 up here aren't like true matte shades. I would call them satins. Like I can see a little bit of a sheen, like a super, super fine, subdued shimmer like in this one over here. When I used it though, it didn't come off like sparkly on the eyes or anything. It was, I feel like they're more like satin shades, these 2 right here, as opposed to being matte shades. So starting over here, this shade is called Nassau, and it is a cream matte shade. Then you've got the Maya Bay, which is also, these are the 2 that I feel like are actual mattes. And then over here you've got Ithaca, and then you've got Dogon, and it says Dogon 2, which I think it's from a Nars duo called Dogon. It's the 2nd shade in that palette, I'm pretty sure. And then down here you have got Mon Cherie 1, which I believe is also from a duo, and it'd be the 1st shade. If you know, feel free to leave a comment down below because I'm not 100% sure. And then this one right here is called Bonifacio, and then this one is Zagreb. And then this one over here is called Heraklion. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the back of the names right there. So that is what the shades are called. Now I'll give you some swatches. And they feel really nice. This one here was the most powdery out of the bunch, but it's got nice pigmentation and it blended out really well. There are the first 4. See, these two shades, they've got a little something in there. They're not like true matte, but they're not like sparkly either, so you're gonna have a hard time seeing that cream shade. But those are the first 4. Then I'll swatch these guys right here. And these 2 shades right here have a little bit bigger sparkle in them than these 2, but they're not those real chunky glitters that Nars puts in some of their eyeshadows. They're just a little bit of a bigger type of a shimmer in them. So these ones are a little bit finer milled sparkles. So that is those ones. Right, so they're the swatches. The colors are all really, you know, neutral, subdued type smoky colors. They're really pretty though. And then just for reference, here's the older Narsissist palette, which is still available on the website, and on top is the newer one. So you can see there is some similarities in those shades for sure, like this blue and that one. However, I do feel like the formula is better in this newer one. And then too, it's funny, I always notice that Nars eyeshadows do have a little bit of a smell. I don't think it's a bad smell, it's just a distinct smell in Nars eyeshadows, and this newer one does not have that smell. So there's just a little comparison for you guys. Hopefully that was helpful for you guys. Now, do I think this is a must-have palette? I don't, especially if you have a lot of those neutral eyeshadows. I don't think any of the shades are super unique. This one is pretty cool, but I also saw that it was in a duo that you could buy separately as well if you were interested in that shade. But I will say I really liked how these eyeshadows performed for, it's a seemingly smoky, like sultry type of a look. It was very easy to create, and it blended very well, and the pigmentation was there. So I really enjoyed using it, and I liked the look that came out of it. I did use 5 of the shades. Now if you're interested in seeing that palette perform, we'll go ahead and get into it right now. I'm going to go ahead and prime my lids with this NYX white eyeshadow base. It's a matte white eyeshadow base, and I'm just going to use that on a synthetic IT Cosmetics brush because it's kind of small to put my finger in there. I get it on my nails, so I'm just going to put this from the lash line up underneath the brow. I'm going to go into this shade right here. It is called, I believe, Monde Cherie, and it's from a duo, and it says 1, so Monde Cherie 1. I'm going to use that on a Goss number 18 brush, which is a flat shader, and I'm going to go ahead and put that on the majority of the center of my lid. So I was thinking to use the blues. There's 2 kind of bluey colors. Let's see how it goes. They're like smoky blues, but I just think that this color here is like kind of unique. It's like, it's got a slight bit of like a seafoam green feel to it, but it's still kind of bluey. Then I'm going to go into the shade Bonifacio. It's this color right here, and I'm going to use the side of that brush. I just have like a towel, and I just kind of wipe it back and forth on there. And I'm going to use that side of that brush and put this on the inner portion and blend it into that bluey shade. Then I'm going to go into this other blue shade. It's supposed to be a matte, but it's got like a sparkle to it, like a blue sparkle to it. It's called Dogon 2, so I believe it's from the Dogon duo. This is what I'm guessing. I'm going to use that on a GSN 9 brush, and I'm going to put that in the outer corner and V it up, which has been my go-to, I guess, pattern as of recent. But it's a pretty dark, dark navy blue color. And I do have some fallout on my face, so I'm going to get rid of that right away here. Then I'm going to go into this matte cream shade. It's called Nassau on a Chikuhodo GSN 7 brush. And I'm going to put that underneath the brow. And I'm going to bring it down with just the ever so slightest gap between the that dark color I put down and the cream color. Then on a Hakuhodo J146 brush, I'm going to mix these two colors together. I feel like this one's a little too dark, this one's probably a little too light, so I'm just going to dip back and forth between the two. The shades are called Maya Bay and Ithaca are these two, and I'm just going to blend out that dark navy color with those. And then I'm going to take this Hakuhodo J5533 brush, and I'm going to pick up just the Mona Bay shade, which is the lighter one, and then further buff this out. These are blending really nice, I must say. I'm going to take this GSN7 and I'm not going to pick up any more product. I'm just going to buff out these edges. Like that. And then I'm going to go back with that Goss 18. Is it the 18? Yeah, the Goss 18. I'm going to put a little bit more of the Mancherie shade, this blue one. I'm going to put that a little bit more on the lid. Lost a tiny bit of vibrancy out of that guy. I'm really liking this. It's kind of like a little bit of an, well, not too out of a combination, but it's a little different from things that I've worn, but that's really pretty. I'm really liking how this turned out. It was pretty easy as well, and it's kind of cool. I'm going to go ahead and finish up my eye makeup, and I'll be right back to put on some lips for you guys. I'm going to take the tiniest bit of this Maya Bay shade right here on a Goss number, I believe this is the 8, and I'm going to put that just a tiny bit on the outer portion of my lower lash line. Just a dash. Like that much. And then for the lips, I have a By Terry lip liner in the shade 5 Baby Bear, and I'm going to go ahead and line my lips and slightly fade it inwards. And then the lipstick I chose is a Nars Narsissist. I was going back and forth between like a nude and then this one, and I was like, why not? Let's do some coral. It's summertime with this smoky eye. So this is the Nars Narsissist lipstick in the shade Natalie, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put this on my lips. So there is the overall finished look using the new Nars Matte Shimmer Eyeshadow Palette. I really like how it turned out. It was pretty easy to use. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to wear sunscreen, and I will see you guys later. Bye.